Hey everyone, my name is Suyash and welcome to my YouTube channel. In this video, we are going to create a new project with Agent Starter Pack using the minimal or the basic ADK template and then look at what actually gets generated. The goal here is to familiarize ourselves with the structure and key parts of a production ready agent project. This will be the project that we build on through the rest of the series. Okay. So to give some context, let's talk about the Agent Starter Pack. So Agent Starter Pack is an open source Python package from Google Cloud for setting up production ready AI agent projects. We are using it here so that we can start with a solid project foundation instead of coding everything from scratch. So this is a GitHub repo of Agent Starter Pack. We see that it's a Python package that provides production ready templates for GenAI agents. It provides infrastructure, CI/CD, observability, security, and so on. If we look at the guide, you will see that the very first step is creation of the project. So let's do that. So we are going to use the create command, and the command we are going to use is this. So we are going to use UVX Agent Starter Pack create. This is going to be the name of our project, and we want to skip the GCP and Vertex CI checks for now. This gives us a few options. It opens up an interactive terminal. We see that it supports Python and other languages. We are going to use Python, and we are going to use a simple React agent. So let's choose that option. For deployment, we will use Agent Engine for this series. For the CI/CD runner, we are going to use Google Cloud Build. So let's choose 2. Let's use the default region. Great. So now we see that a project got created with the name ADK Production Agent, and we see quite a number of files. Now, before we go into the files, I want to take a pause for a moment and look at what just happened. We just ran one command, the create command, and with that command, we already have everything set up, the foundational setup ready. So it's pretty crazy that with just one command, we are able to scaffold the entire project structure. Let's do a quick overview of what got created. So first there's Cloud Build, which holds the CI/CD configuration. There are a couple of YAMLs which get used. Then we have app. This is where the agent logic sits. Then we have deployment, where the deployment and infrastructure setup code lives, which is predominantly Terraform code. Then we have the notebooks for quick testing and evaluation. Then we have the test folder, which has unit test, integration test, load test, and so on. And then we have the README file, the Gemini Markdown file, the Makefile, which support the project usage and workflow. So it's pretty intensive. We see that almost all the surrounding layers for a production ready code are already there. Let's take a sneak peek into a few of those files to make it even more real. So app is where our agent logic is going to live. You see agent.py. Now do check out our previous playlist, the building AI agents with Google ADK. We have covered almost all the concepts of Google ADK there, and we have also implemented sample use cases using those concepts in each of the tutorials. So do check them out. But what I want to show you here is, we said that we are going to use a basic agent. So you will see that it's a simple agent which has basic instructions. There are a few tools which are simulated, and we will go into the depth of this code in the subsequent videos. But for now, what I want to show you is we are going to use a simple agent for this entire playlist, because again, the focus is for the production lady. Because the focus here is the production ready setup and not actually a complicated agent logic. Next, I want you to look at the Makefile, which is pretty impactful. So this is where the common project commands are defined. The purpose of this file is to make development and deployment easier by giving us simple shortcuts for common tasks. So instead of running long multi-step workflows manually, we can use one command for the tasks which we do most often. So if you see, there is install, there is playground, there is deploy, and inside each of this command, there are a set of sequence of commands or workflows that are defined. Then there is backend, there is setup, development environment, eval, and so on. Even in the documentation, if you check the command cheat sheet, you will see that under development and deployment workflow, the Makefile commands are provided. Then finally, we will look at the README file. It's pretty comprehensive. It has our typical structure. It has project structure, it has requirements, it has quick start, commands, management, deployment, development, observability, and so on, right? So it's pretty well made. Everything is provided out of the box for us. We can then customize it based on our requirements. Great. At this point, we have a good understanding of how this generated project is organized. What are the different folders? What is the objective of each of the folders, and so on. So in the next video, we will go inside the app code, the generated app code, and understand the local workflow in more detail. That's all for today. Stay tuned for the next set of videos. Thank you.